Summertime is over. It is back to school. It's back to Point Park University, the wonderful studios. The alum are back. Josh Eisenberg, Justin LeBar, Chair Shot Reality, episode 334. 3 segments for you on this holiday weekend. If you're celebrating Labor Day, have fun. Be safe.
Do we even need a show this week?
Oh,
I really don't want to talk this week. I'm not interested, involved. I'm out of it. I don't want to talk about it, Justin.
You're salty. You're Salt Lake City, and I think I know why.
Why?
There is a new
It's not the right title. Not the right title.
Universal Champion.
Boy.
And his name, how did I say it last week? Kevin frickin' Owens.
And?
You're welcome.
And? Yeah, I'm excited about this because of the way it happened. You know what? I'm going to stick with my gimmick and say, you know what? Kevin Owens might not be the best option for champion right now. You have a guy who didn't know what you were going to do with him. You know what? I'm just going to stop right now and say this is actually a great opportunity for WWE and a great opportunity for Kevin Owens. You know, you have a guy that Owens obviously has the potential to be one of the best. He's not a transitional champion like a Dean Ambrose that we're seeing on SmackDown where it bores me to tears. But Kevin Owens is the right choice right now for WWE. They could have went the safe route with Seth Rollins, but they didn't. They went with Kevin Owens, a guy who had the help of Triple H, but potentially could be one of these blind gifts. You know, they didn't expect this to happen, and it happened, and now they have a great opportunity to see what happens next and who is next.
Obviously, it's still unfortunate that Finn Balor is going to be out for up to 6 months, but this is taking a negative and making the most out of it in the situation of I predicted Kevin Owens, but I did not predict Triple H to get involved, and I did not predict that we would even get a face Seth Rollins out of this, but it's what's needed. I kept saying, we lost top babyface is Finn Balor, so now we have given reason to make Seth Rollins a babyface that we've been waiting for a long time. Triple H and Rollins obviously have a lot of history, a lot of unsettled business that they didn't get to finish because Rollins was injured this past WrestleMania season. This is good. I like what was done here. Even Big Cass, they held off that first elimination for a while. Big Cass showed up and looked good. Roman Reigns showed up. Roman Reigns hung with everybody.
I'll tell you, Boot City for Big Cass.
Boot face city. Everybody looked good. What I like about this is I like the babyface Seth Rollins. I like the fact that Kevin Owens is going to be champion. He definitely, I think, will make a good champion. What I'm a little concerned about is we got to make sure that this heat transfers over to Kevin Owens, and it's not just heat on Triple H who screws Seth Rollins. We got to make sure that Kevin Owens, truly.
And they have to find the right guy to do that, and the right guy cannot be Roman Reigns, because Roman Reigns is the polar opposite of what Kevin Owens is. Roman Reigns was never a guy who went through the indies, who went to Japan, who spent 10, 15 years outside of the big machine that is WWE. But you also can't give it to Seth Rollins, can you? Can you have Rollins and Owens? My thought would be this, and I think this would be a great idea. Chris Jericho needs something to do.
There you go.
Chris Jericho needs to be a very jealous but funny face. And that could be a great first feud for Kevin Owens for 2-3 months. And what you can do and spin that off is have Roman continue the United States Championship run, and then also give us a big money match without a title on the line whenever you're looking at Triple H and Seth Rollins Hell in a Cell.
Well, and this is also going to turn, as you said, it's going to start with Jericho being the jealous, funny heel, and it's going to turn into quickly Triple H going, "You're not part of this, Chris. You don't deserve to be my guy." And it's going to make Chris Jericho also into a babyface, which again they need babyfaces right now, credible babyfaces on Monday Night Raw. I can't say enough. I'm excited.
It's a shock value,
and
they gave us a shock value.
And think about this: the last time Triple H did this was a couple SummerSlams ago in Los Angeles after John Cena and Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan wins. Triple H is the ref, ends up, attacking Bryan. Here comes Orton to cash in Money in the Bank, and that started the great run for Daniel Bryan all the way into WrestleMania 30. So I'm not saying I don't know what this is going to lead to, but I like where this is going to the potential.
There's a lot of potential, and a lot of questions that have yet to be answered. But you have to think about it like this too. You can't have Kevin Owens just to be a suck up to the Authority or Triple H. I don't necessarily know if the Authority's there anymore. So you have Mick Foley, you have Stephanie McMahon. Obviously, you're working with Monday Night Raw together. Triple H coming back in. Where is he going to fit in? Is he still going to be a piece in the creative's authority role figure? Or is he just going to be another performer? Because if you put him in there and you give him power with Stephanie and Mick Foley, that's going to give you 3 authority figures. You don't need that, and you don't need Triple H to be that guy.
I don't think he's going to have presiding power over Raw. I think they're going to still try to keep that to Stephanie and Mick Foley, and that'll be their gimmick, saying, "Look, this is our show." And even Stephanie saying to her husband, "Look, this is my show," and you're going to have Triple H going, "Well, I'm still an executive here." So I think it's going to be a struggle of just who's with which guy. One thing I will say to answer, I know a lot of people are speculating this. No, I do not think this is a start of Triple H having some NXT faction and I'm protecting my NXT guys. Once they get NXT's not obviously NXT is great, but they're not going to. That's not going to happen this way. That's not going to be what this is. So.
And it doesn't need to be that either, Justin, because you look at Kevin Owens. He's not an NXT guy anymore. He was in NXT for 7 months, 8 months, and then he came up to the main roster, and he's been feuding with some of the best and had a couple of lapses back down to the IC title. But you have to see Kevin Owens as champion. There's more possibilities right now, and WWE needs some creative juices flowing. So.
What did you say last week when?
What is the U.S. mailbox?
Kevin, you said something about
no.
Wait, you said.
Do you have a rundown? Hannah,
well, you said something about Kevin Owens. If he
lost, we're not doing mailboxes this time.
Okay. Well, you know what?
We're not doing mailbox. No. We don't have any questions.
It's our salute to the post office. Salute to the post office. We'll get back to that.
Doesn't make any
sense. We'll get back. I mean, you said something.
There's no Newman here. You have to salute any U.S. postal office worker.
It's Al Borland's salute. We'll get back.
Terrible
Get back to because I think you said something about if Kevin Owens.
Well, stop it. Part 2 coming up though. We have a lot of hot topics to be answered. We talk Goldberg, we talk Alberto Del Rio gone, and also Justin, I want to know your thoughts on the Headbangers and them coming back to SmackDown.
Coming up.